Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in on the Engine Builder Show. On today's episode, we will be talking about how entrepreneurs scale their business successfully. If you like the sound of that topic, then please sit, relax, and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody.
There was always a ton to learn. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having an awesome day whenever you get to tune in and watch this. And as always, please leave your comments and questions down below. We'd be glad to answer those. And you can reach out anytime as well. If you just go to businessmarketingengine.com, you can fill out the contact form there, and we would be glad to help you. And today I want to talk about how entrepreneurs scale their business successfully. And I've been on both sides of this. I've not scaled successfully by doing the wrong things, and I have scaled businesses successfully. And I've also had cases where I thought I was scaling successfully and I wasn't, because I really missed a couple key pieces. But in order to really make the impact that we want to make as entrepreneurs, we have to be able to scale our business, add resources, get out of doing all the work ourselves. And that's going to allow us to, make the money we want to make, hire the people we want to, hire and provide for, work with the clients we want to work with, and really produce amazing, products and services that really change the world and make the impact that we want to make. And so the number one thing that I am confident in, and in my experience have realized that's the key factor in scaling your business, is your leadership. So it's not how good you are at a specific skill. It's not what your product knowledge is. It's not other kind of industry experience, but it really comes down to your leadership ability, because leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, as I believe John Maxwell said, one of my favorite leadership experts. And so your ability to positively influence people and move them forward is going to be your biggest exponential, factor that you can use in business. Because if you have to do everything yourself and you can't lead and manage others around you, then you're not going to be in a position where you can grow, because you have a very limited amount of time. Whereas if you invest in your leadership skills and you grow and improve there, then it means you can grow a team, and you can start to have them help and support your mission and help and work with your clients and deliver your products and services. And you can continue to raise yourself up in the organization so that you can be focused on the strategic things that need to be thought about, decided, and built out. And ultimately, through your leadership ability, you can truly be a servant leader that can serve your entire team, which gives you time and resource leverages so you can serve the world around you. And so ideas are great, feeling entrepreneurial is fine. All those things are good, but you're not actually going to move the needle forward unless you develop your leadership skills. I remember when I first started out, I only had a few people working for me, and I was still, on the jobs doing the work and doing all that. And I was struggling with getting the team to grow. And as I look back at it now, it's really because I lacked some of the leadership skills that I needed to develop, like effective communication and strategic planning, and building out departments and structures like that would help the team continue to scale. But as soon as I stepped back and said, what's holding me back, I realized, man, I need to become a more effective leader. I need to be better at managing people. I need to be able to influence and inspire them and help them move forward. And I took a good year and a half to really focus on that at a much deeper level. And after I did that, it was much easier to hire the right people. It was easier to organize and give the team objectives and help have them accomplish things. And it was much easier to get much higher quality results for our clients, because my team was really bought into what we were about, what we were working on. And so leadership is just such a huge leverage point, that if you look at anything that's going on in your business, ultimately, if you're the founder or CEO, or you're in a leadership position, ultimately, all the good stuff is your fault in a good way, and all the bad stuff is your fault in probably not such a good way. And so when there's deficits or holes or problems or challenges in a business, it's your fault, which is, like I said, sometimes that feels a little bit negative, but it's actually really good news. Because if you're the founder, if you're the entrepreneur, the CEO, the leader, and even in just a charge of a department or a small team, if something's not going right, then the good news is that you can impact and change that as you grow and improve as a leader. And taking ownership is a huge piece of being an effective leader. And so that's the first step, to say, okay, I realize things aren't going right. And so I'm going to take ownership of that, and I'm going to figure out where do I need to change and grow and improve to improve the culture, the results, the things that need to happen here. And as you grow and change, you will become an even more magnetic leader, because people want to be around people that are growing and changing and improving. It's just a natural attractor in my experience. So leadership is one of the absolute most important things that you need to scale your business. That's why I want to talk about it first. The second thing, which is very closely tied in, is delegation. We talked about a little bit earlier here how you can't grow a business by doing it all yourself. And yet, as entrepreneurs, we try to do it all ourselves. And there is probably a short season where that may make sense, and where you can and maybe should do a lot of the work yourself to understand it or get it off the ground. But that season is so short. And because we're action takers as entrepreneurs, because we like to, jump in and solve problems, we can often throw ourselves into this continuous loop where we see a problem, we jump in and solve it. And so then our team starts to observe that they don't need to, or they're not valued as problem solvers. And so they just stand back and watch. But that really doesn't help scale. Whereas instead, if we're really the leader, the entrepreneur, and we really want to scale the business, our job is to be the coach. And I don't remember who said this now, but they said, have you ever seen, a coach of, let's say, the coach of the New England, Patriots, does he run on the field and start making plays when he's not happy with how the team's playing? And no major league coach has ever done that. So it's not our job to jump in and solve problems as we're growing and scaling a company. It's our job to coach our team, to give them the resources, to give them the guidance, to let them succeed and to let them fail, so that they can learn. And so delegating is really a key part of that. And so that's what helps scale our business. Effective leadership, effective delegation, so we can offload things that we shouldn't be doing anymore. And one of the things that I'm learning a lot about right now is that I actually need to delegate what I'm best at, because then the company can grow even more. And so that's been a really interesting lesson to start to walk through as well. The third thing that I'll share kind of around scaling your business successfully is you need to create routine and structure so that you can do things on a consistent basis. I know I talk about this in a lot of episodes, but I spend time every morning in my momentum planner, and I plan out what I want to accomplish for the day. And then the beginning of each week, I'm actually planning out what I want to accomplish for the entire week. And so creating that routine has allowed me to focus in on what's important. It creates a structure where I can look at what the priorities are. I can execute on the priorities, and I can eliminate things that are no longer important. And so routine and structure are just a huge part of scaling as well, because if we get good at being consistent in doing the same things over and over, then we can get better at delegating consistently, improving our leadership skills, consistently, selling more, developing products. And so creating that structure and routine is what really sets us free and helps us be successful, even though we don't always like it early on. So those are just a few of the things that I've learned over the years, both in personal experience and observed with others, that helps them scale their businesses successfully. That's definitely what I wish for you, is that you're going to be able to continue to grow and make things, really, really make the impact that you want to make, both for yourself personally, make the money you want to make, for your team, help them grow and succeed and have great jobs, and ultimately, obviously, as well, just really making a huge impact for the clients that you serve and the world that you're a part of. So appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.